Good morning, guys, and welcome to today's vlog. This video is gonna be a little something different. I am gonna take you through a day in my life as a self-employed dietitian. So many of you wanna know what a work day looks like for me now that I don't work my normal 9 to 5. So I am so excited to take you through what this day looks like. Each and every day of my work days look entirely different. They can vary, but today is a particularly special day. I'm gonna need you to subscribe and stick around to the end of the video to see why today is such a special day, not only for me, but for an amazing group of incredibly strong women. Now, today was one of those mornings when Jason woke me up to go to the gym, and I was like, can't we just sleep another hour? I had no motivation to get out of bed. And most mornings I don't. I'm being totally honest. I'm not a morning person, but something that's really important to me is sticking with my daily rituals. With my morning routine staying set in place, I don't have to rely on motivation. It's just get up and do and check it off the list. I have learned that the days when I do that, I'm more efficient, I'm more productive, my mood is better, I feel better about myself because I'm doing the things that I know benefit me and make me a better person. So one of those things is my non-negotiable with getting my morning workout in. So getting up and getting myself right to the gym, rolled out of bed, and we're here today to do a leg day. So I'm gonna get that done today, but I highly encourage you to write out what your morning routine looks like or what you think a morning routine realistically could look like for you to set your day up for success and really hold yourself to that standard. So eye bags and all, tired and all, we're about to get this leg workout done. All right, I'm in week 2 of Forever Fit lower body. First movement's conventional deadlifts, which is something I really haven't been doing in a while, so I'm taking it light and just making sure my form's good. I definitely should have wore leggings today because with deadlifts, you really want to be dragging the bar up your shin, but that's okay. We're doing reps of 10. These actually feel really good. I spent a good amount of time warming up. I always spend at least 10 minutes on the treadmill or stepper and then do some dynamic stretching before I get into my workouts. Whew, losing my grip strength. 10 out of 10. Don't suggest putting on lotion before you do deadlifts. All right, next movement I am doing. This one is really tough for me. We're doing lateral barbell lunges. I'm doing this just with the bar. This for me is enough. Just making sure my balance is good. So no shame in starting with just the bar. It's still 45 pounds, but lateral movements are so important. A lot of programming does not include enough lateral motion. A lot of what we do in the gym is in the frontal plane. So ensuring that we strengthen that lateral plane of motion is super important because that is where most of us end up getting injured. So as hard as these are, whew, that really gets the heart rate up. As hard as these are, just focusing on form, balance. I have one side that's harder than the other. The left side, I have to be cognizant that I'm not feeling it in my knee. Oh, my body is definitely warmed up. We are woke up. And I have forgotten about the fact that I was tired this morning and didn't want to go. Notice how quickly, when you push yourself outside of that comfort zone of wanting to sleep in, you're not feeling motivated. Push beyond that and just get it done. And you will have no regrets. I promise you that. All right, y'all, we are back at home and I am starving now. Usually when I get home, the first thing I do is get my breakfast together. I get my morning protein coffee going, which I just got restocked on the Oreo whey, which is my favorite. The Strawberry shortcake is coming out. I don't think I would like that in coffee. I'm more excited about using that for a creamy, but I'm gonna do my classic Cara version cold brew with Ghost Oreo whey and figure out what I want for breakfast. I, especially on Wednesdays, need to be better about not really front loading my meals because it's already getting a little bit late, but I need to be more cognizant of making sure I'm eating enough throughout the day, particularly because of my workload, and my workday just goes later tonight and I don't want to be eating dinner at 9 p.m. Calories in, calories out, yes, but when we eat and how close we eat to bedtime can impact our sleep, which is something I'm actively trying to work on, is my sleep. So I kind of want to get into a better flow of eating a higher calorie breakfast and lunch to just really fill me up, have like a bit of a lighter dinner. I usually have a couple snacks and stuff too, but the boys just ate breakfast, so I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna eat and I'll share it with you in a minute. I just had a realization. I think part of my issue with pushing my eating out a bit, because it's the total opposite of how I was a year ago. I think when I get home from the gym, I am just so eager to do what I'm doing now for a living. I'm so eager to get on the computer, to check the Circle platform, which is where the Ground's Inner Circle women live and communicate with me on a daily basis. I love what I do now. I can actually say that, and it's a weird feeling for me because it's been a long time since I've felt this way. So I think part of it is oftentimes I make my protein coffee and I'm eager to just go sit down and like dig into it, but I know I need to be better about just grabbing my breakfast, prioritizing that, and get going. So I think today I'm gonna do something a little different. I don't have a standard breakfast that I eat. I kind of switch it up. I've been a Kodiak cakes girl for a while with lots of berries on it. In the summertime, sometimes I mix it up. Like I haven't been an eggs and oatmeal girl for a long time. And this might sound weird, but it's not. There's no rules when it comes to how we eat, friends. I think I'm gonna do tacos for breakfast, and not even breakfast tacos. I have organic turkey here, which is already cooked. I just need to heat it up. I'm gonna do some bell peppers, and I have a couple of these white corn tortillas left that I got with my Hungry Root order, which, by the way, if you're interested in Hungry Root, I'll have the link. I'll pop that down below because they did give me a link for you all if you want to try out that meal service I talked about in my first Driven episode. It was such a game changer for me. I want to continue using it because it was so helpful, but I do still have food left from that 1 week delivery. I'll pop the discount code down below if you're interested. I don't earn commission, but if you want to try it out, I know a couple people had wrote me, they signed up, and I'm like, shoot, I wish I knew I could have given you that 40% off discount code. So it's Karacorey40, and I'll put that link down below. This video is not sponsored. But yeah, I still have these left over and I really enjoy them. So I think I'm gonna do like a little turkey taco. I might add just a little bit of cheese, and this is my favorite salsa ever. If you have a Wegmans, something about Wegmans pineapple salsa is just superior to other salsa. So I think I'm gonna make up a couple turkey tacos. It'll start my day well with some carbs, some protein, fats. I don't have any avocado left. I'll do the cheese for a little bit of fat. Plus in my coffee, I got a little bit of fat from that. So let's get these tacos going because I'm starving. The dogs are like, what are you doing? First world problems, but we're getting our back deck stained today. So they know who's back there doing the deck staining. They absolutely love him. It's Ruben. But we can't let them out on the deck. So now we've got to let them out in the front yard or the side yard to go to the bathroom, which, are your dogs picky about where they go, number 1 and 2? Number 1, not so much. Number 2, they can be a little picky. So we're gonna have to probably leash them up to be able to take them out to the bathroom. So a little more work on our end. Like I said, first world problems, but you get so used to having that fenced in backyard where you can just let them go out, do their thing, and not even have to think about it. Whereas today I can't do that. I've got to take the time to get them outside, properly supervised, and make sure they do the business, but it's gorgeous out. So maybe we'll sneak in a walk. I am at already from my gym workout session and just going this morning, 4,800 steps, which is good. I definitely want to still hit my 10K steps today. And I didn't want to do any scheduled cardio per se. I just want to do, my normal everyday activity. So I'd like to get out and go for a walk probably a little later. But in the meantime, tacos, and let's get to work. And I'm going to show you what some of that work looks like. Ugh. Bro, the way the turkey Tupperware smells when you open that lid and you get a whiff of cooked turkey, it literally repulses me. It smells just like the worst farts you've ever smelled. Yet I still go back for more each and every day. Organic turkey tends to be one of my staples. We have these salts linked in our Amazon storefront. If you didn't know, Jay and I share an Amazon storefront. I believe that's down in my description box too. We use a lot of salt in this household, but there is something about these salts. We have a red, green, and black one. They're just so freaking good when you cook it on your food. Look, I don't have any issues with blood pressure, so I also don't eat a ton of high sodium food. Sometimes I do, but things like condiments can be fairly high in sodium. That one's not too bad. But I do like using salt to really cook and flavor food. It really does just bring out the flavors of your food. Sometimes we'll just really salt things up versus adding any seasonings to it. So don't be scared to use a little salt, but those salts are truly game-changing. Alrighty, tacos are prepped. Jason just sent me a YouTube video I want to watch. There's a lot of people he follows for growth tactics on social media, which honestly isn't something I really paid too much attention to my fault, quite honestly. But as someone who's self-employed, I don't ever want to lose sight of the fact that I wouldn't be able to be self-employed if it wasn't for you all, if it wasn't for the community I've built, the followers I've gained, if you will, is what gives me exposure and can help me grow and continue to help more people in my job. So growth needs to be important to me as much as I'm always like, I don't want to focus on numbers, I don't want to focus on growth. It does matter. The reach does matter. So I'm gonna listen to this video, but look at my tacos. They turned out so good. Hide my face. Just two big old tacos. They're gonna be super sloppy probably. And I have a mango over there, but I'm gonna wait till Jason gets home to cut that up for me. I do like eating fruit with my breakfast too. I could literally eat tacos every meal, every day. They're so good. These corn tortillas are fantastic. So this is gonna get me fueled up. I'll have Jason cut me up a mango when I get home. Mangoes are a tricky little bitch to cut with those cores. I don't know if y'all eat mangoes, but yeah, that's gonna be my breakfast and we'll get to work. I don't know if anybody finds it odd, but I tend to stay in my workout clothes all morning. I just don't see the point in changing 17 times throughout the day. And later tonight at 7 is my Grounds Inner Circle coaching call. So I've been kind of doing my day different on Wednesdays, which is why this is one of my favorite days, and it's more of a unique day in the life for me. But I like to wait till later on in the day and shower and get fresh and cute just to kind of re-energize me before my call. So I tend to just stay looking grubby, even though I was sweating in the gym this morning. That's okay. We're gonna keep it like this. So what I've been doing for work is a few different things. I've been trying to not multitask. I know that might sound weird, but I've been trying to focus on one thing at a time. So I did go through and just answer some Instagram DMs, and then I went through the platform Circle. So Circle is what we use for Grounds Inner Circle. It's a platform that any of my Grounds Inner Circle ladies will get full access to, and it's an incredible platform. It kind of reminds me of Discord, if you've been a member of Discord, but different. It's like a Discord, Facebook meshed together, and we have a ton of stuff on there. We just got a few new things added in there, a success checklist for my girls, and a list of daily non-negotiables, which are somewhat the standards that I literally hold myself to every single day and want all of my inner circle ladies to hold themselves to. So I did a call out to bring their attention to that. And then we have a community space where there's ask questions. So the women have been great about asking some incredible questions. I kid you not, every single question has hit the mark in terms of it really impacting the whole group. No one's going too far down in the weeds. The questions that they're asking are great questions. So for instance, tomorrow's 4th of July, tracking alcohol came up. How do we track alcohol? Doesn't matter. So that's a great one I want to get into. And it's interesting, Jason just mentioned Found My Fitness podcast just uploaded on alcohol. So I think I might listen to that when I go out for a walk today, just to kind of get my wheels turning for the call tonight. So this is something that I do every day. I kind of switched how I prioritize what I'm doing, and usually I still follow my own daily non-negotiables. That's important to me. I can't show up for everyone else if I'm not showing up for myself. And that's a mistake that a lot of women make, men make too, but women in particular, we have a tendency to put everyone else in front of ourselves and leave no room, no space, no energy to take care of us. And we truly cannot succeed in life if we don't prioritize ourselves. I don't find it selfish. I think it's being smart, quite honestly. So one thing I do is prioritize those morning workouts like you saw. I saw notifications coming through on my phone all morning between Slack and emails, etc. And you could go in do not disturb mode. I think that's really helpful. I've been trying to do that when I go out for my runs or my cardio, because I swear that's when I start to get questions from people. And I almost feel guilty, but at the same time, no, don't feel guilty. That time is important for you. You have to fill up your cup in areas of life. So find a way to do that. And for me, my morning negotiable, non-negotiable is just so, and then I get into my work day. And so this circle platform is one of the first areas I go to for anything. I was more so just doing Instagram DMs this morning because I was kind of like putzing around finishing my food, but this is my entire focus right now, my entire passion. I feel so fortunate for the group of women that I have right now. They're beta testers, but when this video goes live, you will be able to sign up for the Grounds Inner Circle. So that link will be left for you to join, and I encourage any and all questions below. I know many of my Grounds Inner Circle women do follow my channel as well, so feel free to share your feedback, your commentary on your thoughts so far on this program. But I have so much belief in everything that we are doing, and just the back end of stuff, oh my gosh, I can't even tell you the team that I have. This is not just a Kara Corey thing. I have an entire team of incredibly gifted, smart, talented people working on the back end to truly make this program one of a kind, and one that truly will help what I believe is everyone, and capture most women out there who truly need help. Because although we feel like our circumstances are super unique, it's kind of hard to step outside of yourself and think this way. It's like when you think about the universe, when you think about space and how tiny we really are in this entire world, it kind of hurts your head, right? Well, the same is true for us in our unique daily stressors, our problems, our troubles, maybe even trauma that we've had throughout our life. Everyone has their own story. Everyone has their own issues, their own stressors, the things that are blocking them from moving forward. But ultimately, that it's a commonality that's what blocks us from moving forward, that we don't have the right systems in place. It's a systems problem that we need to fix. And I truly believe in this programming to help so many of you. And the results that I've seen so far and the feedback from the women in the inner circle, you guys, I have not felt like this in so long. You have to understand, I was in management for a long period of time. And although I do one-on-one coaching, it's different because I get to connect with these women. I just feel like I'm connected with them, not just on our weekly calls, but every single day. Just checking in with them and seeing what they're up to. I feel like I am there connecting with them on the daily. So it's a different level of community and mentorship or guidance that I feel like I am providing to them. So I really haven't had this in so long. And even in my clinical years of being a dietitian, I worked mostly of my career with the geriatrics and nursing homes in addition to the psychiatric hospital. So the outcomes that I expected or got in those areas were quite different, right? It's not to say I wasn't changing lives, but it was at a different degree than what I'm doing with these women who actively are like, I am ready to change my life. And I'm actually seeing them build the skills, become more aware of what's stopping them from becoming that person they want to be, and seeing them push through it. It's so cool. It's so incredible. And I said this before, but it is pushing me to be a better person because I know that I have to continue to develop myself to continue to help everyone else, which just goes back to why the daily non-negotiables are so important. But today I'm focusing in on that. I've been responding to everyone in there. I created a group message for today, just reminding everybody about the call tonight. And then a little bit of what I'm gonna do too is prepare myself for the call. So I'm still newer at this. We're about a month in. So the flow, I'm kind of playing with different things, right? It's trial and error. It's gonna evolve over time. So I'm playing around with different things. So I like to kind of have an arsenal of different topics or things prepared for what I could dive into, always making sure if people have questions, we're honing in on that, but also throwing in some educational guidance as well to just keep everyone learning, engaged, and reignited to crush their goals. So that is what we're doing right now. I am going to kind of work out a little list. I need a planner. My planner is done. So I'm just working off these little like weekly to-do lists right here. So for today, that is my biggest thing, is getting ready for my call tonight and feeling so prepared. Everything else comes second to that. Like, I have to be prepared. And I know probably 2 years from now, I'll be like, oh yeah, time to get on my call. Maybe I won't have to put as much thought into it. I don't know. I hold myself to a pretty high standard when it comes to this stuff because I always want to be providing as much value as possible and don't ever want to be complacent with that and this opportunity that I have to share with so many people. So that's number one for today, is getting ready for that call. Number two, I do really want to get some short form content up for my socials because yesterday Buff Bunny did a giveaway post with me, so I got quite a few new followers, and I just want to be able to have a follow-up post to that so people have an understanding of who I am and who they just started following, in hopes that maybe some of them stick around, you know? So I have quite a few videos logged that I haven't posted. This is the stuff about being a content creator. You start living through this lens of like, well, let me film this because I could put this into this type of content. And then I just have banked so many videos that I haven't turned into content. I'm now running out of storage on my phone, which is not good. So I need to go through and also do a cleanup of the videos on my phone and get some short form content together. Can't believe tomorrow's July 4th. So I also want to plan out doing maybe a fun little July 4th reel just for funsies tomorrow. I'm not doing anything for July 4th. I have a call with my accountant, so that's not really fun, but it's got to be done. So that's what we're up to right now. Alrighty, we are narrowing in on It's 6:26, so my call is at 7. So I'm in that like 30-minute threshold, getting my office set up. So I use the studio lights. Luckily, we're in the summer months where it stays fairly light outside, but I just like to kind of light up the room. I do it right from my laptop. It's just a Zoom meeting, so I've got a Logicam webcam versus like using Jason's Sony. This way it's portable, so anytime I travel, I can still take the calls from the webcam. I got this mic. What did we get this off Amazon, I think? Yeah. We got this off Amazon. So just to help with audio, just to make it a little bit better. I don't want it to be bad quality. My office can tend to be a dumping ground for things, for any of my PR or things I need to work on. So I just try to clear it out a little bit so it's, you know, I throw the crap on the floor and move it out. That way it's a nice clean space behind me. I just don't want any distractions. But I actually got a lot done today. Y'all saw me. He's probably gonna sit in the room with me tonight. Usually one or two of the dogs likes to be in here with me. I have been sitting during my calls too. Maybe at some point I'll start standing, but got quite a bit done. Reviewed Driven episode 3 that'll be up before this video, but Jason's been having me review them since we're kind of going in bits as the week goes along. Got to give some creative input today. Had an idea he liked. I also did bust out a reel for my Instagram, which I feel like, I don't want to say I half-assed it, but I am so in my head when it comes to commentary on my reels lately. I find it so freaking hard to stay in that like 30-second range, show personality, include a hook, and share some information all in that time. Like, I don't do good at it. I'll have to take like, I think I did 12 takes today, and I finally said, I'm just gonna leave it. I feel like it does sound a little formal, and like not as like personality Kara, but at the same time, I have held back so much content I won't post because I get in my head too much. So it's this balancing game of, you know what, sometimes it may not be the funniest, most engaging, but I'm doing my best and at least I'm posting. So that's kind of what I busted out today. Already finished my 10,000 steps. So I'm doing good. I feel like I got in a better flow this week than the past few Wednesdays. I even fed the dogs, didn't throw that on Jason, and I got all showered up. So I looked like a homebody all day, but then my thing has been, this is my work casual outfit, if you will. I have been, I do this for me and for no one else, but it's really important for me to look and feel presentable in any of the work I do or work commitments. It's one thing when I'm just showing real life on my YouTube, you see me walking around, but for these women, although they may not care, it's important to me that I show up polished, put together. And the reason being is when I am put together like that, I feel more confident. I feel more able to tackle anything that's thrown at me. Let me know if you can relate, but I've just always been that way. I don't do it for anybody else but myself. It just makes me feel good to kind of feel put together, presentable. So this is like my little work casual outfit for the night with my sneakers on. So yeah, that's where we're at. I am at the point where I'm just gonna get the desk ready, make sure I have no new notifications, and get like my notes next to me of topics I may want to dive into depending on how many Q&A stuff we go through tonight. I like to have my little cheat sheet handy of some kind of mindful thinking, some stuff for them to really kind of stew on and think about and reflect in their own life and how they've been, just to get them thinking. So that's where we're at. And yeah, I guess I'll see you after the call. It is 8:15. I just got off the weekly coaching call. So this is my longer work day for that reason. We usually wrap up the call pretty timely depending on how many questions get asked and things like that. So I tend to do a little reflection afterwards, kind of just thinking about how things went, how I can improve things moving forward. And this is the one day that, if you're following my Driven series, you know one of my goals is to be off my phone by 8:30 at night. And this is just one of those days that it's just not feasible for me. That is setting, it's not me being ambivalent or not wanting to change. It's just not a realistic goal for this particular day. So I know that, And instead of feeling like I'm failing every single Wednesday, I'm flexible with myself. I don't plan on being on my phone a ton longer, but I do need to be on my phone just a little bit before I wind down for the night. And Wednesdays are just a night that I get to bed just a little later. Again, I've just accepted that. I'm fine with that. It's just part of the process. So yeah, we got the call done. So that went good. And I'm trying to think. I think that's the full work day. I think that's everything I got in me for today. So make sure you smash that like button if you did enjoy a day of the life of a self-employed dietitian. Like I said, every day is different, so I could always do more of these if you liked them or enjoyed some of the insights. And until next time, friends, stay driven.